Um, anyone want to give the recap this time, or
V gave us 1,000,000 gold to do with as we please.
I did not give you a
V's
billion gold?
V's ripping off my campaign, and now we're pirates on an airship.
I am
Pretty fucked up.
Oh,
fucked
so you're
up.
joining my crew? Solus confirmed?
At least temporarily.
Until you get to Amon.
Until my lawyers get a hold of V. Um, we had a little party,
Mhm.
made some cupcakes, and then it was time to leave. And we got on a pirate ship.
They were scones. No, they were tarts.
They were tarts.
What did you just
yeah.
call me?
I called you. I called you a tart.
Damn.
And it was time to leave, so we got on a pirate ship, and nothing bad happened, and it's been smooth sailing the whole time.
True.
Yeah,
Did we
I mean, you
finish
did
that
have.
combat last time?
You did.
Yeah.
You did finish the combat. You did have a little scuffle with some people trying to get illegal ingredients from Mira. And now it's kind of the aftermath slash the next day. Um,
How much how much further do we have to go on our trip? Like,
so you are where Muffin Token is,
okay, making sure.
and then just gotta get down to Iman. So it'd only take another day, to get there. Yeah. You all finished that combat. I don't know what you want to do now.
Yeah, when we all get up in the morning, I approach Mira. So, care to tell us why we all had to fight for our lives last night?
Mira kind of like sighs a little bit, but she doesn't look disappointed. Well, I mean, you know, I'm a pirate. Obviously, you're on my pirate ship. You know, we sometimes, you know, we're not always. We do illegal stuff, okay? And I've got a lot of ingredients on board. They're magical ingredients, and people, you know, you make a couple enemies here and there as a pirate. I try not to, but not everybody is interested in being friends. And I don't know. I really appreciate your help. I'm sorry to put you through that. That was not
You
what I normally
were
like to put my
attacked over cooking supplies?
Oh, no. They're magical ingredients.
A lot of them are like medical ingredients
Yes.
for potions and stuff.
I try to keep it on the low. I don't want people. I mean, I know my disposition might give it away, but I don't want people to know that I'm a charitable pirate, because then they'll try to rob me even more.
I'm gonna enter and place some omelets down in front of everybody.
So we were protecting medical supplies.
Pretty much, yeah.
Oh.
You know, the import on those is pretty heinous, and I try to help where I can if the law isn't going to. And we all know it doesn't.
I can't speak to all towns, but in places like Iman specifically, the noble class has a very heavy hand on obtaining reagents for medical supplies, for healing potions. It's really any arcane expenditure. So,
Please forgive my outburst. I would happily fight again to do something like that.
Kind of like claps Fergus on the shoulder. It's an honest misunderstanding. You know, we barely know each other. There's no hard feelings. Water under the bridge. And she just starts digging into the omelet.
I casually just like, I'm kind of like abashed, like, oh shit, like I was upset, but we were literally doing this to help people. So I'm kind of like abashed, quietly eating my omelet.
I mean, at the end of the day, this is a business expenditure or expense for Mira here, but personally, I am on the side of anyone who's willing to sell these sorts of things to not the wealthy noblemen of Emon. Although I
Mira's-
suppose your choice of sales is your own, Mira.
Mira's like eyes are tearing up. She's like, "Thank you so much, Solus. That means a lot." And she's just like tearfully eating her omelet now. She's very touched.
In my younger days, I was mostly focused on stealing them after the nobles had purchased them, but however they've got to get to the lower classes is fine by me. Honestly, there's a good chance, if you've been doing this for a long time, there's a good chance I've come across one of your shipments before.
Yeah, I've been at this since I've been a pirate. I couldn't see another reason to become a pirate if it wasn't to help people. I know, pirates, for the most part, don't do that. But somebody's got to break the stereotype. Why not be me?
Quietly eating omelet.
How's everyone else feeling?
Solus is always in a good mood after fighting some cops. So we're good.
Lyra's just slowly and methodically eating her omelet. The events of the past couple days have been kind of a lot for her. She's still mulling over stuff from J-Lo's birthday, dancing and all that stuff, and then she just fought random people after she immediately met somebody who is completely opposite of what she's normally used to, and it's a lot. She has a lot to think about, and she is consumed by her thinking.
I
Yeah.
think Solus feels more safe and comfortable on Mira's ship than he did, like, in Frigus's manor.
Is it noticeable?
I do think that he does sort of carry himself a bit lighter on his feet. And I think that even in the, one day we've been here, I think a good amount of Mira's crew has probably taken a shine to Solus just with the amount of food that he has supplied.
Oh,
Oh,
for
yeah.
sure. Yeah.
Nith?
Nith has no thoughts, only omelet.
Yeah. You all head out on the ship. It takes off with no issue there. And it is smooth sailing for a bit. Solus, how are you feeling the closer you get to your home?
Like I said, I think here on this ship, Solus is very comfortable. And there is... But I do think there is something that, a trepidation to going back to Emon. He enjoyed kind of traveling and being away from that place. Although there's lots of people he cares about in Emon, it's also... It is a place that represents most of the things that he hates about society. And going back there is maybe a little stressful for him. So
Do
he
you
is
think-
keeping himself as busy as possible with cooking.
Do you think it's noticeable, the stress?
I mean, yeah, maybe for the others, yeah. I mean, if only in like the sheer quantity of food that Solace is outputting, you might be able to recognize that something's off.
Yeah. I guess anyone who wants to make like an insight check can, to see if they really notice anything too amiss.
Yes.
And then you can also all take long rests if you haven't already.
You said insight?
Yes. Cool. Solace,
Damn,
are you
that's a lot.
trying to like hide the stress with everything you're doing, or?
I don't think he realizes he's stressed. I think that
Okay.
he is just sort of like single-mindedly trying to keep busy.
Cool. Perfect. You all notice Solace seems on edge. There's an air of like he is stressed. Have you told people that this is your home?
I think I told Fregus in like our first session that I was from Iman, but I think that's
Mhm.
about it.
Okay. So, Frigus, you would know, like, you would pick up that this is like a headed home stress. There was a lot of stuff that happened. Or that must have happened. I don't know how much Solace has shared with you his backstory, really, before arriving, but there must have been a lot that had happened prior for Solace to be essentially how he is.
When I pick up on it, I put aside some time to help him cook. I'll kind of like I approach Solace and I say, "Hey, still planning to teach me how to cook?"
I would always be happy to welcome you into the kitchen if it's something you're interested in.
Yeah, why not? We could, let's do it.
Maybe by the time you get back, you'll be able to make something for Thorn without giving them food poisoning.
That would be ideal.
I've still got a couple dozen omelets to make for the crew. Some of the night shift folks are asleep right now, but we can keep a few of them in Muffin's stomach until they wake up.
And I'm sorry, I'm not trying to eavesdrop. The Muffin's stomach?
Muffin sort of sits back like on her butt, and then like a panel opens in her stomach, and there's just trays and a small fire in there.
Incredible! And Mira just kind of is like, just looking at Muffin.
I actually,
She
this
leaves
would
cups.
be a good question while you're here, Mira. Have you ever come across any relics of the Second Age, the Age of Arcanum?
I can't say that I have. Why do you ask?
Well, that, from what I can tell at least, that is what Muffin is. I have a bit of an interest in the subject.
Well, if I ever do, you'll be the first person I track down to let know.
Thank you
And
for that.
again, to offer you a position on my ship whenever, if you're ever interested.
After my travels with my companions, maybe we'll see how
Just know
things pan
there's
out.
always a space here for you. And she just goes back to ogling Muffin.
Yeah, Muffin's got like a billion buttons and compartments that just kind of like appear beneath the fur.
Yeah, it still throws me off too whenever you say you're gonna store stuff inside of Muffin. But I'm getting used to it.
Solace just kind of nods and says, "Yes, the technology of the Second Age is something that has always interested in me. If records, sparse though they may be, are to be believed, it was an era of extreme opulence and no real class divide. Everyone lived in pretty much the same conditions, and those conditions were good. The Archmages could control the weather and crops were always abundant and never diseased. No one went hungry. It was more or less a paradise. And as
Yeah.
Solace is saying that, he's just pulling more and more things out of his jacket to set onto the table.
It rings the bell. You know, if I ever come across anything, I will be sure to let you know.
As you just pull everything out of your jacket and start setting it out, and I'll kind of grab your shoulder and say, "Hey, no need to go overboard. Just let's cook."
Right. Sorry. Yeah.
How much do you think Solus did tell Frigus?
I think I for sure told you that I was from Emon, and I mean, I don't even know if I would have had to tell you that I was very clearly not a nobleman of any kind. I think Solace's sort of base level of disdain might have been a good giveaway for that.
Yep.
But yeah, I don't know if Solace has opened up too much about that kind of stuff, but I do think that if we are distracted and cooking, when we were going back to your hometown, and you were nervous about encountering your family, any tips for dealing with it?
You have a lot on your mind heading back to Iman?
There's a lot of friendly faces I'm excited to see, and if we are to get involved with more of Moon's larger-than-life plans, then I worry we may meet some faces that I am less eager to see.
Well, I certainly had my share of those when I was on my way home, but I tried to think of the good more than the bad. My family, my real family, needed me, and my Morana, while she may have been family at one point, she was merely an obstacle, and something that needed to be overcome to make things right with the people who are important to me. And it helped that I had found a second family here. We haven't been together long, but there is a level of comfort with you and everyone else that I never felt at home. I feel more at ease. And that's what helped me get through, is I thought about the good things that were coming, and I thought about that if I needed help, I had my friends here to help me.
I suppose you're right. If we're going to risk getting involved in the politics of Emon, I think it would be good to make sure everyone knows what we're walking into. I'm gonna pick up some of the food that we've made and say, let's gather the others. There's a bit that I should tell.
Of course, and I'll pick up anything else that he's left and carry it along.
Yeah, we'll try to rejoin Lyra and Nith. I'm not really sure where to begin. And maybe I'm being dramatic or worrying over nothing. I just feel getting involved with Moon so far has pretty routinely gotten us involved in the macro events of whatever city we arrive in. And the less inscrutable people behind them. And I feel it is important that I at least educate you all on the situation in Iman before we arrive there.
Frigus just waits patiently.
Lyra sits up a little straighter and kind of gives him her attention, because if he's coming to them with this, it's very important, obviously. So she's very attentive.
Nith is listening.
When we went to Liringorn, we came to a town that was very isolated from the rest of the continent. The snow makes it hard for travel, for trade, and so there is an inclination among the people there to take care of each other. The winter is cold, and it is in our nature to be warm in those conditions. It was a lovely place, if I'm being honest. Even with the machinations that we had to contend with, the average folk in Liringorn were more or less content. Iman is not a place like that. Iman is a hub of trade and commerce, and is it a place where human life has a value that can be written down and exchanged at the bank. The noblemen in Iman are less focused on the noblesse oblige of leading their people, as they are with filling their pockets. I grew up in Iman. I was raised by some of the least fortunate individuals. I think there are many people in Iman that we will meet that you all will like quite a lot. But I must warn you to assume most nobles in Iman are going to wind up being not dissimilar from Fletcher's mother. Not Fletcher. Frigus's mother.
Who the fuck is Fletcher?
Your secret
Ah.
extra brother.
Your great grandfather.
Close enough. Welcome back, Fletcher.
Welcome back, Fletcher.
Yeah, Flash gets to play a level 20 dragon now. I would just urge caution in interacting with individuals there. The less fortunate have adapted to be trickier. You will encounter quite a few pickpockets, and the more fortunate have grown greedy and cruel. I suppose, fortunately for us, Frigus's status as a noble will be helpful, potentially.
Yes, I suppose if I have to, I can use my royal status to get us into places that we might not otherwise be able to get into. Fortunately, I was raised among nobles. I was raised by a noble who was much like the nobles of your home, and I at least know how to act around them, even if I despise them.
Lyra, Nith, do you two have any history or expertise in dealing with this kind of situation?
I wouldn't say expertise, though. My dad did raise me around nobles since he was a merchant and did used to be a bodyguard for some royalty back in the day.
Well, that
So I-
experience will hopefully serve you well here.
We'll see.
Frigus, make.
Lyra's gonna
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
kind of look sadly at him and say, "I don't think so." And then she's gonna kind of snap back to it. She's gonna say, "I have a healthy questionability about most people, so I
That-
won't be too trusting."
That will serve you well. The good news is I know a good few people amongst the common folk in Iman, so I can at least get us some up-to-date information when we arrive, and kind of get a better understanding of what has transpired here since my departure. Do we know where we're supposed to meet Moon, or were we just told Iman?
You were just told Iman. It's safe to assume Moon would probably find you.
Fair enough.
Mira was given a letter to give to Moon. Moon doesn't make a lot of appearances. Obviously, you've met other Moons, but what the kind of Moons would consider the main one, like the prime Moon, doesn't make a lot of appearances publicly, keeps a little bit more to the shadows. Probably has agents that would arrive where Mira's ship docks to take said letter.
All right,
Mira-
fair enough.
Mira kind of pops up like behind Solus as he's talking, like that Dwight and Angela meme where
Oh my
Angela
God.
like jump scares him. And she's a little tearful again, and she was like, "Wow, Solus, that was really brave of you to share. And you know, you described Iman way more poetically than Salon did." And then she just like turns on her heel to go back to the helm of the ship after eavesdropping.
Solace just kind of turns very slowly and says, I will be back in a moment. I'm gonna follow Mira.
Yeah, you do that. Frigus, I wanted you to do an insight check on yourself, but it seems it did not work.
Nope. I had
No.
like one of the die was on 16 and then it just tipped over at the last second.
Skill
Yeah.
issue.
Yeah.
Go getter.
Yeah.
We love those. We love those.
We might come back to that. We'll see.
We might we might come back to your lack of self-introspection.
Yeah. We might. We'll see. Solace, you follow Mira out.
Apologies, Mira. Did you say you know Salon?
Oh yeah. Do you know him?
Yes, I do. When was the last time you
Small
saw?
world.
When was the last time you saw her?
Oh, I don't. I don't recall exactly. I get a little scatterbrained with the dates. I have trouble remembering numbers, but that's how I got into all of this, smuggling business.
Salon helped you?
Yeah. Who else?
Huh. Do you have any idea about their whereabouts in Iman?
I don't, a little secretive about it, close to the chest. I like to think we're really good friends, but I think that about a lot of people, and it's not necessarily always true.
I
But-
know a few of her old haunts. I'm sure we'll figure it out. But well, good to
Yeah.
know if I ever need to get in contact with you. I have a point of entry.
Oh, you're already thinking about contacting me. I love to hear it.
If the need ever arises for an airship and someone willing to steal from nobles, you will be top of my list.
Yeah, and that's a good way that I know how to contact you too. Is our connection through Salon. I mean, that's who I'm giving all these ingredients to in the first place.
You are?
Yeah, who else?
Do you know what Salon intends to use them for?
Just like the generally greater good. I don't really ask for details in this line of work.
Have they told you anything about Micah?
No.
Mm-hmm.
And she kind of looks a little dejected because she likes to know stuff. But is a pirate.
I suppose no good news is good news in some cases.
Yeah. Sometimes though, people tend not to tell me stuff because I can also get it. Along the lines of thinking I'm close with people that I'm not. So I've told a couple secrets that I shouldn't have on accident. It's not common. It's only happened
It's-
twice. Okay,
It's not a
two
secret or
times.
anything. Micah is the name of a man who's no longer around.
Oh.
Salon taking in this kind of business, I wasn't sure if it was something to do with... I don't know what I thought.
Well, hey, if you want, I can bring it up next time I see Salon.
I was planning to contact her as soon as we got to the city, so I think we'll be all right. But thank you, anyways.
Yeah, anytime. For that orange cake, I would do anything.
Solace just kind of smiles. I'm gonna head back to the others. Well, good news. Our first point of contact will be either Moon or a friend of mine, and it looks like we won't have to go far from the ship.
Oh, that's good. Is everything okay between you and her?
Yes, it was just a name. I wasn't expecting to hear from Sky Pirates. But regardless, once we get to Iman, I think we'll be able to get a better understanding of what's going on from her.
Fair enough.
Ooh. How do you want to spend the rest of your time on the airship?
Lyra is going to be kind of gazing, sightseeing over the sides if she can. I know we're like super high up and everything, but also she might catch a glimpse of something. She's, enjoying herself. She likes to be out in the air. After they were at the castle, she does prefer to be in nature more, so she's kind of out in the sunshine, absorbing the
Oh, yeah.
vitamins and all that.
Give me a perception check. Let's
tell me
go. You are enjoying the view. It's gorgeous. You can see so much of Taldore, and you can see so much of the sea.
Gotta be at least 2 birds up here.
There are.
Maybe even 3.
Damn.
You see kind of far away, but you've got some pretty good eyesight. You see a dove in the air. And another bird. It looks kind of like an owl, but it's a little different. It's got kind of like it's green rather than traditional owl colors, and upon a closer inspection, the dove doesn't seem to be organic.
Okay. Can we say that is there a spyglass on deck anywhere?
Yeah, it's a pirate ship. There would be a spyglass.
Yeah. Can
Mira
we say
has
she
one
grabs
on her
one of
belt.
those?
You have to ask for it.
Okay, sick. Is Mira nearby?
Yeah, she's at the helm.
Okay, Lyra's going to swiftly, not run, but I would say speed gay walk up to Mira and say, can I borrow your spyglass for just 1 minute? I would like to look closer.
Of course. Only if you see anything exciting, can you tell me all about it? And she excitedly hands over the spyglass.
I promise I will let you know. I need... And she's gonna kind of mid-sentence just kind of take it and just go back over and focus it.
Mira's just smiling and nodding as Lyra walks away.
Yeah. Well, she's very distracted. She's not doing it in a rude way. She's just like, the fuck is that? Like, what is that? So she's gonna take the spyglass and kind of go over. She's pretty familiar with bugs and creatures and animals. Is this something that she would recognize in any way, shape, or form?
The dove, no. But you focus a little bit more on the green owl, and you see that it's not just an owl, but a green owl cat.
Okay. She's going to immediately, she's focusing, she sees the owl cat, and she's gonna kind of not pull the eyeglass away, but just tilt it down a little bit and look over her shoulder and say, Captain Mira, how common are owl cats around here?
Mira kind of thinks for a second. Well, now that I think of it, I've actually never seen one on this route before.
Okay. She's gonna hand the spyglass over to Mira. She goes, you might want to take a look at this. And she's gonna kind of point it out to her.
Mira
I
looks
don't
at
know
it
if we're in danger.
and just excitedly nods and goes, I don't know either, but that sure is cool, isn't it?
Mira, you take the spyglass and you look at those 2 birds. You recognize one of them.
She takes a second to look and then turns back to Lyra and goes, I'm sorry, have you all not met Moon yet?
No.
Which one?
No.
Oh, the one I know is known
Moon.
as Prime. I don't...
Optimus Moon.
Optimus Moon.
Moon. Moonbots roll out.
Oh my god. Be right back, changing the name.
Yeah, she says, oh, Prime Moon. I've never known another one.
Apparently there's others.
You know, that doesn't surprise me. She, like, turns to look again, and like, yeah, no, that looks exactly like the Prime Moon's mask that I remember. But it's been a while, so don't take my word for it.
Mira, you also recognize the other bird.
You?
Yeah. That's a bird you've seen a couple times
I
with
do.
Moon.
I've seen this bird.
That's a duck.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah. Did you just say a duck?
The
I mean,
dove.
might be.
She looks the third time, and she says, that not duck. I'm pretty sure it's actually a dove.
Two Eye Patch Todd looks down at Shane.
Stop derailing me. And goes, I think I've seen that dove with Moon as well. It just looks familiar.
Lyra, how well do you think you know different types of doves?
I don't know. Let's leave it up to a roll.
Yeah, give me a nature
Tell the
check.
difference between a duck
She'd
and a
know
dove.
a lot about birds and bugs from the simply studying. So
You would recognize that mechanical dove looks like a mourning dove. Which is also not common here, even if not mechanical.
Interesting.
yep, but that's interesting.
I think we'll be
Don't
getting a
know what
welcome
she'd do.
regardless. I mean, if it's related to Moon, then I don't think we should be hostile in any way.
Yeah, I mean,
Do you all just go around shooting birds?
I mean, if we have an idea that it's an evil bird, maybe.
Huh. Mira's just trying to imagine what an evil bird looks like.
Yeah. Outside of that, you don't really see much else. I think Fly might be BRB.
Rip Fly.
They threw him off the boat.
We have to get rid of Freegus, replace him with my backup character, Two Eye Patch Todd.
Two eye oh gods. Yeah. We'll give a second. But otherwise, like, y'all are just chilling on the ship for a bit while it, flies over the land.
I suppose there's also always the chance that, like, the guards have a familiar looking for exactly this kind of ship, in which case, you know, a bit of hostility would be warranted in those situations for a bird.
You were informed that both birds were familiar in regards to Moon.
Exactly. So in this situation, we're fine. I'm just saying if there was a cop
Yeah.
bird, it wouldn't.
It was if there was a cop bird, yeah.
Bird, does it just have red
It's
and
a
white
blue
legs
jay.
on top of it? It's a
Hi,
it's a blue
I'm
jay
very
and a red
sorry. I had a
jay.
call from my dad.
No,
Ah.
you're good, you're good.
I was being asked something. Maybe?
No, I just said you were BRB, so we would wait A little bit.
Oh, okay. I heard Goblin say something. Say Frickus something and couldn't tell
Yeah,
what was.
we
Oh,
threw you
rip.
overboard and replaced you with 2 eye patch Todd.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
sorry.
Gotcha.
R.I.P. in peace.
Understandable.
Mm-hmm.
Is
Sorry
2 Eye
for
Patch
your-
Todd the guy I recruited last week?
Yeah.
I guess, yeah. No wonder he
Sure.
couldn't land any of his attacks in
Yeah.
combat.
Gotta get him that feet blind sight.
He's fully not blind, he just thinks it's cool to wear 2 eye patches.
Perfect. Yeah. You all, well, you discuss the bird and Moon a bit, and eventually, finally, you make your way into Iman's air, and the ship starts to descend. How is everyone feeling the closer we are right at Iman's doors?
I think knowing that Solana is going to be here has Solace a bit more excited than nervous at this point.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not eager to get back into, like, royal shit, for lack of a better word. Like, I know I might have to use my status and the things that accompany it to get us places if I have to, but, like, I'm not looking forward to it.
Mm-hmm. Give me another insight check, not with advantage.
Damn. You really want me to get this, huh?
You're thinking about it again. You are,
Better?
in fact, thinking about it again. And you're thinking, you're here for that cult that your mom was part of. And you're royalty. Your brain
Oh.
is thinking, and you come to the same conclusion. Yes?
Yes.
You can use that to your advantage.
As we're landing, I kind of look to the rest of the party and say, I didn't really realize this before, but I might be more help than I thought, in just in terms of my royal status, getting us into places. The people here aren't likely to know that Marana's dead yet.
So any contacts she has on good terms would treat you just as well.
In theory, assuming the news of my bounty didn't make it to these ears.
Fingers crossed, I guess.
I suppose we'll have to hear what the situation is from Moon, but I suppose yes, that could be very helpful.
Beautiful. You all descend, and the ship docks. And you have made it to Iman. Oh shit, hold on. I realized that after. There is no
Darkness
token
is
vision.
Night.
friend.
It was a night
There we
landing.
are.
It's so pretty.
This is a space that you are familiar with. Both Mira and Solace.
Would I have visited here on royal matters before?
Once. Surprisingly, with your mother.
Okay. How old was I?
How old are you now? When did you run away?
At least 7.
At least so.
I am 25.
25. when you were 15, when you were still rebelling a little bit but had to go along with absolutely everything.
Okay.
And you are here. Mira, you get started unloading everything, setting out all the boxes that have a little
Where are we
engraving on the
docked?
side.
Exactly. Like the outwall, or
I
just
would
the shoreline?
say let me look real quick. You're a little bit closer to Abdar's Promenade, which you would know is where kind of all the like merchant stuff happens.
Okay.
You are ish. I guess, you know what? I'll move us again. You are kind of near, like, you're not too far from here. Oh, hold on. Is it? You're not too far from here, but you have actually landed right there, at the skyport.
Oh, do you have like Mira? Do you have like fake documents for us?
Oh boy, do I.
Okay. I mean, impressive. Good.
I mean-
good job. I fully thought we were going to be docking like outside of the city or something.
Oh no! I know I'm nice and virtuous, but I'm still a pirate.
I mean, that's why I thought we were docking outside of the city. Pirates generally don't go to like the well-respected ports where all the guards
Exactly.
are.
They don't
You
expect
know-
me here.
You got me. Maybe you're right.
You dock. And Mary, you start setting aside the crates, with the little letters engraved in them. And then you have also taken a couple legit jobs. You are a pirate, but you do have a little bit of a reputation to uphold, and you love subverting standards.
We got a cover. We got a cover story.
You got a cover story. You know this. You always run with a cover story.
Fair enough. You're the sky pirate. I trust you on this.
Good. But can you stop saying pirates so loudly?
Of course, you're the entrepreneur.
Perfect.
What does everybody do?
Is Salon supposed to meet you here? Or are you just sort of depositing goods to carriers?
It's just depositing. If Salon wants to show up, she will. But you know, your guess is as good as mine.
I don't think she's a fan of the sort of central districts. I think my companions and I will depart and perhaps go looking on our own. Unless you all would prefer to wait around and see if Moon shows up.
Well,
Nith is looking around at all the buildings and is extremely excited to be here. So where are we going?
Ideally away from here.
I think Moon will find us wherever we go. Maybe we should focus on finding your friend.
That sounds ideal to me. We're in the Cloud Top district, right? You said?
You are, yes.
Okay. All right. It's a bit of a walk, but we should probably head down to the outwall. That's probably our best bet for finding either Salon or people who know where Salon is. The southern chunk of the city is where I grew up and where a lot of my connections are going to be. Leaving the Cloudtop district is going to be very easy. Getting back here might be challenging, so I don't know if there's anything that you all would like to focus on while we're here, or if there's shopping. I suppose we could look through what's available.
Solace, you would know a lot of the shopping happens in Abdar's Promenade. That's where kind of all the merchants have set up, where you can buy books, magical items, all that jazz.
We could head east and then south, I think.
Was all the gold added? So what we have is what we have?
Yeah, yes.
Cool.
Oh, weird. It says I have 50,000 gold.
No, it does not.
Oh yeah, I got my royal inheritance, so I'm actually sitting on about 300,000.
I have bad news for all of you. I gave all the gold on stream, a different stream, so there is proof.
I mean,
You can't con me.
AU where Frigus's mom won, we could just use Frigus's last name to sign a bunch of debt and get whatever we want.
Put it on my tab.
Oh my
Put it on your mom's
god.
tab and just let the crippling debt that we accrue to topple her empire.
I think that might screw up the kingdom a little bit.
Oh yeah, no, that would be a terrible idea. And also, we have already defeated her, so that's unfortunately not an option anyways. Unless Frigus wants crippling credit card debt.
Oh yeah. It's okay, that's my dad's problem.
Oh my god. You then decide to head off?
Yeah. Do you all want to check out the shops, or would you like to go looking for Salon first?
Maybe shopping then salon?
Lyra's
get
just
your
here
hair
for the
done?
ride
You
because
get
she doesn't
nails?
really shop, so.
I think Solace is noticeably more, like, anxious now. Just anything to sort of leave this place.
Mm-hmm. You-
It says, "Cool, let's go," and grabs as many of them by the arms as she can and pulls them towards the nearest shop.
Do you say goodbye to Mira?
Yeah,
Oh,
I think Solace is an immovable object and just kind of turns a little bit and says, thank you very much for the transportation, Mira. I did mean what I said. I do hope that we cross paths again and our
Mira's kind of
shared
like-
interests.
Vibrating with anticipation. And she goes, "Oh, Solace, can I hug you?"
Of course.
And she just pulls him into as big of a hug as she can. And then she like
Solace fully just lifts you. He is like 7 feet tall.
Stop it. And then when she's set back down, she kind of just like ushers everybody off and then is waving as emphatically as she can, say, "Don't be strangers."
Goodbye,
be a
Mira.
stranger.
Thank you.
She's
Lyra's
Well,
gonna
as I'm
give
like-
a soft wave.
Aww.
Nith is gonna wave too.
As Muffin departs the ship, Muffin's stomach opens and a small orange cake slides out on a plate. And Muffin trots after the rest of us.
Oh.
Beautiful. And with that, we bid farewell to our lovely Mira.
Thank you for joining me on my ship.
Thank you for having this ragtag group on your ship.
It was a wonderful experience.
Damn,
Okay,
I
bye.
can't believe Paige died.
Wow.
Stop that.
Sometimes I can still hear their voice.
Oh my god.
Next time, Paige can come back as 2-Eye Patch Tom.
Yeah.
I patched off.
He can have an Australian accent.
I'm
You
the
can.
captain of the ship now. Steers hard left and crashes.
Right into
Oh my
this like city council building.
The most famous pirate who ever did live.
Beautiful. Uh.
Oh, goodbye.
Bye.
I don't think it picked up on the mic, but the captions do say bye.
Damn.
Their ghost is still talking to us.
Their ghost is still talking. So you leave the port and you make your way down to Abdar's Promenade.
Okay, I do think the Cloudtop District has a disproportionate amount of guards, and I do think a noticeable amount of them look at Solace because of the way that he is.
Absolutely. They're eyeing you a little suspiciously. You're very tall and intimidating.
Do I notice this?
Make a perception check. I just want to say you're looking at like absolutely everything. Yeah, you see it.
Okay, I kind of pick up on the fact that like guards are giving Solace a funny look, and I just kind of nudge him and go, just walk around like you own the place. Trust me, it works.
Oh, I did own the place for quite a while. That's what I'm worried about. There's a good chance that there's probably some bounties on my head in this place.
I thought you said you weren't a noble.
I wasn't. I was a very notorious criminal.
That's an interesting development.
Does anybody around here know how to lay low?
I mean, my identity has never been properly confirmed. Like, I was good at what I did, but I am a certain stature and skin tone, and a good amount of the guards will sort of be on edge just due to that. Honestly, in terms of most of the jobs where I would risk being seen, that was something Salon was a lot better at dealing with. But regardless, once we leave the Cloudtop District, it's probably fine. They just we're a bit more uptight here.
Well, then, with all haste.
Yeah, and we head to Abdar's Promenade.
I kind of look back at Nith and I mouth, criminal? Criminal boss?
That's exciting.
You all make your way to Abdar's Promenade. What is kind of the first order of business you want to attend to? Do you want like magical items, other items? Fucker.
I'll take that one, the motherfucker.
No. Sorry, I just looked down and the pencil that I've been searching for was on the other side of my keyboard, so I was using a different pencil. And that's what the little motherfucker was. Anyway. What are you looking for? Are you looking for some, like, magic shops? Some, other things?
I like magic.
You like magic?
Fantasy Costco.
Fantasy Costco.
Dreams come true.
I don't have a Fantasy Costco. I do, however, have a Gilmore's Glorious Goods.
To Gilmore's we go.
To Gilmore's
We're off to
we
see
go.
the Gilmore. The wonderful Gilmore goods.
Oh, this is
you.
the purple place, goddamn.
This is the purple place. You all make your way through Abdar's Promenade and find yourself in front of a lilac purple shop. It is large-ish and extravagantly decorated on the outside. And a sign hangs outside that says Gilmore's Glorious Goods with a little unicorn on it.
I open the door.
Cool. You enter Gilmore's. A little bell goes off. There's beads on the, window of the door. And you take a look around. Does everyone else go in with Frigos?
Yeah. Do we
Yeah.
see anything of note? Anything that
The
stands
first
out?
thing you notice is that while this shop is large, the inside is bigger.
Okay, TARDIS core, let's go.
It is certainly larger than its exterior walls, and there are just endless rows of arcane artifacts. You see a man exit from the back room. He has dark tan skin and black hair with a black beard, all laced with some silver there. He's wearing extravagant robes that are deep purple and blue, layers and layers of gold, necklaces, rings. He has multiple gold earrings in, his nose is pierced, and he seems pretty jovial. I see we have some adventurers around. Welcome to my shop.
Gilmore, I presume.
The one and only, darling.
Has anyone ever told you your shop is smaller on the outside?
You know, it's never quite come up. And he gives you a wink like he's teasing you.
See.
And what can I do you fine adventurers for?
Just browsing for the most part.
Of course.
We are fresh into town and have a bit of extra coin, and figured that perhaps you could take some of it off of us.
I would be more than happy to.
Can Lyra look around and see if there's like a shoe corner, like a boot corner? She's constantly walking around. She hasn't really put any thought into a new pair of boots, but walking on the cobblestone and the paved pathways of cities has been a bit different than the soft dirt that she's used to.
Yeah. You go around. Do you see rows and rows of shoes, magical artifacts, cloaks, all that? Are you looking for like mundane boots or magical boots, or?
I think she's gonna be looking mundane unless something catches her eye. She's not too familiar with what they're going to be doing.
Mhm.
we haven't been given a whole lot of information yet. We haven't even met up with Moon yet, so we're just kind of browsing right now. But she definitely knows that she's going to need something. So within her price range, not too over the top, but also she doesn't want anything flashy. So if it's going to be, you know, gilded in gold or like some bright blue bullshit, she's still trying to keep it low key.
Give me a perception check. And then also give me an Arcana check.
Oh god, okay. Well,
Okay. That was just a... It's good. You're so good. I just wanted to see if you picked up a pair of magical boots or not. You do not. You pick up a nice plain pair of brown leather boots. They look brand new. But they've got a little tag on them that says, like, instant comfort. And they're about 100 gold.
she's gonna absolutely take them. She just wants something that's gonna be a little more comfortable than what she currently has, which is very basic leather boots that are thin. So
anything else that you're looking for? They've got like potions, vials you could dip little cicada shells into if you want.
She is going to be looking. What kind? Like, is there any specific potion? Maybe for like a poison damage.
Yeah. Roll me a d10.
Okay. You're invalid.
Cool. You see there are 8 potion of poisons. 4 of them are liquid, and 4 of them seem to be powder that you can like mix to make your own if you want. The powders are 40 gold each, and the liquids are 50.
Let's see. She has 435 left. 40 times 8 is 320.
There's only 4, so it's a half and half kind of thing. So there's like 8 altogether, but 4 of them are liquid at 50, and
that's
4
right.
of them are powder at 40. No, you're good.
So only 160. Okay, so she'll take all 4 of the powders.
Okay, cool.
I think that would be.
That's gonna be it.
Oh yeah, no.
That was 100 for the boots and 160 for those. Okay.
Cool. I'm importing a potion of poison to you. And then you can just make it 4.
Got it. Cool.
Cool. Perfect. Who's next? We can also play the adjective game if you want.
Wait! Oh!
Okay, well now I want to play the adjective game.
Now
Okay.
I want to play the adjective game.
Okay.
I love the adjective game.
We can play the adjective game still if you want, Blue. Do you have your adjectives or no?
Yeah.
Okay.
So she wants sneaky. Let's see. Sneaky. Wearable. Sneaky wearable. Oh. Dull.
Dull. Alrighty. Let me see.
I also sent you a thing in Gobnus.
In Gobnus.
It's not quite the adjective game, but it's close.
Oh, that is good. I'm using the PDF Sane Magical Prices.
Hell yeah.
Is that what you're looking for? Goblin?
Yeah.
Okay. Ta-da. Perfect. You see. Give me a second.
My favorite
Getting
part
the
of the D&D
price.
session, when the DM is rapidly opening new tabs.
Like at least 4. You see a cloak of protection, standing off to the side on a little cloak, rack. There's a little tag on it that says that it is 1,750 gold. But you are welcome to haggle.
And who? That's for Gabo?
That's for you.
Oh, sorry. That wasn't clear. My bad.
Oh no, you're good. That's my B.
Okay. Sorry. The item, I was half paying attention. I was doing something. I'm so sorry.
You
So the
asked
cloak of
for
protection.
sneaky, wearable, and dull, so I have pulled
Yes.
up a cloak of protection.
Okay.
Let me
And it's
give
not
you...
sparkly or not shiny or anything.
No. This does...
Okay.
The image that I'm about to send you of this does look like it is sparkly and shiny, but this one is rather dull, which is why it looks to be on clearance.
Beautiful. Okay. On clearance for 1,000.
1,750.
Sick nasty. Okay.
But you may be able to haggle the price down a little bit.
Yeah. Okay. Hold on 1 second. Let me just look.
Yeah,
really
you can
quickly at
also
one more thing.
you can sit on it if you want as well.
Okay, yeah. Let me sit on it for just a second.
Yeah, of course. Goblin, that was the item you wanted. Did you want to play the adjective game?
That is the item that I am looking for, although ideally, I'm just looking for the individual like patches.
The patches?
Because like I already got a jacket.
Yeah. Okay, you're looking at the for the patches.
I know that makes math slightly harder.
Good.
I think Xanathar's guide puts it at like a couple hundred gold, and there's 44 patches, which is 8 average. What is 200 divided by 8? I don't know, so I think I saw no.
I'll look at it in a sec.
V, do arithmetic for me.
Nope.
Alright.
It's 25.
Sane Magical Items has it as amount of items times 5 for gold.
Amount of patches times 5, or?
Yeah,
Oh, that's significantly cheaper.
that is significantly cheaper.
I mean, I'll play Gachapon if that's what it is.
Yeah. Roll me.
How much per patch?
It depends on like where it sits here. I would say on the D100, 51 and down, probably 5 gold, 52 and up, 10 gold.
Oh, I thought I'd be rolling. I meant like I
Oh.
want to like roll randomly for it.
Yeah, roll a D100.
How much for individual patches?
So it would depend on the patches based off of the
Okay.
roll.
Okay, I had that backwards. I thought like Gachapon style, like spend and then roll to see what you get.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I'll.
You know what?
If you're,
Yeah,
if you
no,
let me
let's do
pick
that.
Specific patches, I'll do that.
No, let's do that. How many rolls do you want?
Start off with 3.
Cool. 15 gold then.
Okay. I have to do basic math for my own inventory. Hold on. 4, 6, 2, 2. Cool. So just roll D100.
Yep.
Nope.
98. Sick. Jesus Christ. Alright, you get a portable RAM patch.
Like a goat or like a
Like
or like a tool?
like a tool.
Okay. I was gonna say I don't know if I'm okay. Number 2.
Like a battering ram, yeah. Alright. 31. A wooden ladder patch
That's neat.
that is 24 feet long rather than 10.
Neat.
And your last one. 44. Sorry, hold on. Another wooden ladder patch.
All right. Well, can I roll one more, or can I buy one more then?
Yep. 5 gold.
Okay. If I get another fucking ladder.
I got bad news.
I swear to God, I'm gonna buy
It's
another
another
one.
fucking ladder. Yeah, go for
I'm
it.
gonna buy one more, and I better not get a
3
goddamn
ladders.
ladder. Okay, that's
75.
That can't be a ladder. It's so much
No,
higher.
that's definitely.
It's
a
an
ladder,
extra
right?
ladder. It's a rowboat.
You know what? I'll take it.
12
3
foot long
ladders and a
rowboat. 3 ladders, a rowboat, and a portable ram. Let me put rowboat. There you go.
Oh yeah.
And then the ram
Well-
there.
20 sessions from now, I'm sure I'll think of a use for those.
Probably. We'll see. Anybody else like to play the adjective game? Sess, have you played the adjective game?
I have not. I was just about to ask what the
Beautiful.
adjective-
Pick 3 adjectives for an item that you would like. And then I'll find something.
I don't know.
It kind of puts like the stress out of like, oh, I want like this specific thing, but I don't know if I can afford it. And it's like, oh, I want something that will help me with like Protection and something I can wear and something like that. Something that might help, like, imbue my key with extra things.
Yeah, you just pick 3. It's something I made up to make things way harder for myself. You just make 3 adjectives, and then the DM has to figure it out.
It's very fun as players, though.
It's so fun. I cannot tell you.
I loved coming up with adjectives and having Goblin go, huh?
Okay. I don't know about adjectives, but I want maybe a bow or arrows or something that will, like, a special bow or arrows, or like you said, something that will help with my key.
Okay. You do have a short bow. Did you want to, like, upgrade the short bow, or did you want to get special? Okay, you want to upgrade the short bow and maybe special arrows. I won't like make you track regular arrows, but special arrows I will.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. An upgrade to your short bow and some special arrows, mayhaps. Let's see. That one is are you looking for something? You know what? Give me a perception check and an arcana check. Oh, wow. Okay. Damn, whatever. Give me 2 seconds. You spot, tucked away behind a bunch of other bows, a pretty magical one that kind of whispers to you. What languages do you speak?
Fist.
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 Yeah.
Hold on. I have it. So, Elvish and Infernal.
Cool. You hear this bow kind of whispering to you in Elvish. Just kind of begging to be picked up, begging to be looked at. Do you do that?
Yeah.
Perfect. You pull from the back of a, like, kind of like an umbrella stand of bows, in a sense. A rather, like, ornately carved bow.
Ooh.
It is a longbow. And you pull out the oath bow. I'm gonna send this to you. It looks a little worse for wear. So it has a clearance markdown on it. For 1,750.
Huh?
What do you mean, huh?
That's the clearance?
I just gave you a very rare item to look at.
But I only have 555 gold.
You could potentially persuade.
Oh, that's true.
Listen, I'm already given a discount.
All right.
I was gonna say this item is a little high level for.
Yeah.
The oath bow was what I was gonna give Calanthe, I think at level 14.
That's funny. You also see a couple reasonably priced, like, +1 short bows.
I mean, I'll help pay for this bow if Nif wants it.
Yeah.
But I also don't have that much money. I only have 400 to give.
I wanna try to persuade the shopkeeper.
Do you remember the shopkeeper's name?
Can anybody help me out?
Can I
Gilmore.
Can I help?
Yeah. Sure, you can help.
Sir Gilmore, I don't know if you remember me. I used to live here in Iman. Believe it or not, you actually taught me my first few cantrips.
Gilmore kind of scrutinizes you a bit. Oh, little Solace.
Yes,
Why?
although the
Little. Are we looking at the same guy?
I had a bit of a growth spurt quite a while ago, but
That I can see. He kind of gazes at Unith a little coolly, and then, like, pinches Solace's cheek. Still just as young to me.
you don't look like you've aged a day yourself.
Oh, you are quite a charmer.
As I said, we've just come into town on some business, but it is good that I was able to see you again. It's been quite a while. I used to come here for, well, at one point I had aspirations of grand sorcery, such as yourself. I must admit I'm a bit more of a humble mage these days.
Oh,
You,
don't sell yourself short.
You made your work seem so easy when I was a kid. I thought I'd be teleporting and reversing gravity in no time, but I have encountered quite a few things in my travels, and I'm pretty comfortable with. Thankfully, I've developed into what you've taught me quite well.
I can see you have simply flourished.
My companion here seems to be, I can tell by the look in her eyes, very interested in that bow.
It's
Is
talking
there
to me.
any way I could, maybe if my companions and I pooled our money, we could get it down to a little bit more of a reasonable price?
And it's for your companion over there?
Indeed.
Gilmore is going to look at you fully, Nith. And what about this bow draws you to it?
Well, it's talking to me, and it's
Literally.
literally.
Not an uncommon instance?
No, I mean like it's literally talking to me in Elvish.
Oh, I know the bow.
Does it talk to a lot of people?
It's whispered to a few. Does this bug you?
No.
Is that the only reason you desire said bow?
It just kind of feels like it belongs in my hands.
Make me a persuasion with advantage. That is a favorable roll for you with, like, no modifiers.
Yeah.
I think I'm supposed to have it.
He looks you up and down. I believe you may be right. Let's see.
I put things in general Discord.
For me?
Not for
Oh, okay.
others.
I was like, huh?
For babies.
I could take it down about 500, so you're looking at 1,250. I am being pretty generous. I do have a business to run, after all.
We do have business in town. We could potentially come back after ideally getting some extra money.
I'm gonna try and match his energy and say, Gilmore, darling.
Oh my god.
He appraises you.
As Skillmore turns, Solace is behind him, just going, no, 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 no.
Perhaps
Now,
while we're in... Oh, sorry.
I don't think I've seen your face around here before.
I don't think I made it to your shop on my last visit. I, was stuck places I didn't want to be.
Well, aren't we all?
I don't suppose you need any work being done. Perhaps we could pay you in a different way. Surely an important man like you has things that are beneath him.
Oh? Are you asking for an IOU?
If you prefer, I'd be happy to do anything that you have available for us now, but we could also put it on the tab, as it were.
I don't do tabs here, my darling.
If you have any work that you need done in the city, I'm sure you remember, I'm more than happy to do the less paper trail heavy work.
Exactly, not an IOU, simply if you have something that needs doing, we can work towards payment on that bow.
I don't have anything currently.
Well, I suppose we could come back after we get paid on our next job. We're going to be in town for a little bit.
Sir, if I may, how long have you had this bow here? It's a little dusty. Have you had trouble selling it?
My love, if you are looking for a bigger discount, I'm afraid you're out of luck.
Yeah, we can. We could come back after we get paid, ideally. Our contact here might have work for us and might be willing to sponsor a new bow for new Nith.
Here,
Yes.
I'll cover the rest of the bow if Solace and Nith are pitching in what they have. But keep the offer in mind. I'm sure we could, in the future, come to some kind of beneficial arrangements for the both of us.
Oh, I definitely believe so.
Frigus, you have 300 extra gold?
Yep.
Blue, do you want to hold on to your gold, or do you want to also pitch in?
Nah, we'll just give it.
I do also like the idea of getting Moon to sponsor it.
I mean, yeah, that was what I was suggesting. I mean, we could do 150 from Lyra and 150 from Frigus, and that would be 1,200.
Well,
yeah,
yeah, that's, and we need another 50, so take 200 from me.
1250.
Okay, I don't know how to do math. Don't worry about it. Alright, so yeah. Let me adjust my money again. New bow. New bow, go burr.
New bow go burr. Adjust gold accordingly.
Yep. I only have to delete one number. How nice. Oh yes, poverty. Welcome back.
Thanks for the help, everybody. I promise I won't let you down with this.
I need your first attack to be a nat 1 now.
No.
I would read the very large bit of text that the bow has
Mhm.
because it's got a whole deal.
It
to
has
it.
a lot. I believe I sent it to you as well,
I
and
see
it does
it. Mhm.
require attunement. We can do that later. How much gold are we all sitting at now?
37.
55.
320.
125.
Yeah,
hmm.
you get to point at somebody and say, "Hey, fuck you specifically," and then the bow's really good against them.
I love that.
Yeah. I guess I believe you're the only one that still needs to do a little bit more shopping, and then we'll come back to Blue.
I've spent what I need.
No, we're good.
Okay.
My, just keep in mind for later.
I mean, yeah, we're gonna be
Uh,
in town for a bit. We can always come back.
Yeah, I'm not gonna buy anything for myself. I'm more interested in finding some work for him to try and exchange for an item later.
Okay.
Can I get while we're here, not anything magical? Does he just have like a nice looking like knife?
Yeah, he's got just like some regular looking knives.
How many?
How many do you want?
I mean, no, for one knife, how much gold?
Oh, just like a regular stabbing knife or like a kitchen knife or
Yeah, a little hello gift for Salon.
little hello gift for Salon.
I don't think that answers whether it's a stabbing knife or a kitchen knife.
A stabbing knife for sure.
I'm gonna say 20 gold.
All right, I'll get one.
Cool. You get a little stabbing knife as a gift for Salon. Are you all done with Gilmore?
For now.
Yeah.
Perfect.
For now.
For now.
Gilmore knows we'll be back for seconds.
Of course. I will see you all later. And you exit Gilmore's Glorious Goods. Where are you headed now?
I think we should head to the Outwall. Sort of Solace's home turf.
Cool. Give me a perception check.
Okay. Do
How
I
many
know my
years
alphabet?
has it been, would you say, since you've been here?
I don't think too many. I think just maybe 4 years
4?
or so.
Okay, just a flat one then.
Nice.
Oh my god. Beautiful.
Do I spot? Do I think I spot?
Sorry, give me a sec. I just realized there's been no boundary music? That's annoying. Like the dice roll. You spot on a couple high-end shops little runes actually kind of carved into them that you've never seen before.
Oh.
They look relatively fresh. And you don't recognize it as a symbol for any of the gangs you are aware of.
Does it look like it's an arcane symbol?
It does not.
Okay. So it's something mundane that I just don't recognize.
Mm-hmm. But it only seems to be on those kind of higher end shops. Not a lot of them, but a lot more of the ones that you would consider that cater towards that very specific kind of group that you despise especially.
Fair enough. Interesting, but I will tuck that away for now.
Mm-hmm. And you keep walking. I gonna roll. Solace, make me a sleight of hand check.
Sleight of hand? Okay.
Yep. Where did you put the knife? Did you like put it in like a pocket easily accessible?
I think Solace is actually just kind of holding it if we're
Okay.
going to meet Salon.
Like by your side kind of thing?
Yeah.
Cool. You feel fingers wrap around the knife as well. Well, look at what the tide dragged in.
I think Solace is going to sort of, in a very swift motion, kind of yank forward and sweep up the person who is holding onto the other end of the knife into a big hug.
They laugh. I wondered when you'd make your way back through these parts.
I've missed you dearly every day I've been gone.
Thought of me often?
More than I'd
you.
like to admit on the first few days out, I'll tell you that.
And I've thought of you often. It is good to see you. Have you grown a little bit more?
I was gonna ask if you got shorter.
Oh, very, very funny.
All
Well,
the better
I-
for sneaking up on people, I suppose.
well, they don't call me the best pickpocket for nothing.
I think Solace is like half hugging, half like princess carrying this person. And I'm gonna kind of turn to the group.
Who are your friends?
You all see a Triton.
Mhm.
She has like shoulder length hair, these big like webbed kind of ears. She's got a couple of like bandages and bruises that would indicate she gets into a fight kind of regularly. And she has some very distinctive like purple eyes. And Solace kind of sweeps around and like sets her down a little bit and says, these are my companions who I've been traveling with. This is Frigus, Lyra, and Nithmaya. All of you, this is a very old friend of mine named Salon.
Salon gives a little, like, wave, but, like, all of her fingers kind of thing are waving. A pleasure to meet you all.
We have a bit of catching up to do, and I assume the middle of a crowded street's not the best place to talk. Do you have a preferred venue these days?
We have a couple little warehouses about. Keeping
the
an
gang?
eye on trouble. Oh, nothing new. You know, we got Low up and running, which was pretty cool.
Impressive. I'm surprised you've been managing anything technological without me around, but
We're not all useless at it. Just because you're
I
a whiz.
I heard you've been making contact with a certain nefarious sky entrepreneur.
Oh, Mira! You met such a lovely, lovely person. Shame I wasn't
was,
able to make it to port.
I had a feeling you wouldn't be heading up to the Cloud Top District. That was our ride in, actually.
Fun. Mutual friends?
Something of the sort. We needed
Mm.
transport from up north, and Mira's ship is good as any.
You went up north?
Indeed.
Interesting. Well, I'll take you to one of our many warehouses. Are y'all hungry?
I could eat.
Perfect. And Salon kind of like grabs Solace's hand and like swings them as they walk.
Can I insight check what she said, like the way she said, "Oh, the north"?
Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
You've got no idea.
She is a criminal. She's good at not giving away intentions, I'd assume.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we'll follow Salon.
Cool. Salon kind of keeps up a steady but like not like important chatter. Kind of like she asks a little bit about travels, what you've kind of gotten up to, found any new recipes, but does it in like a very like nonchalant, doesn't want to get too in depth with it all. And you turn down a street in the near the outer wall, but in the cemetery district, and see a little abandoned warehouse there with a little sign, very small, with like little cursive letters that says LOE. Well, main hideout. What brings
Excited
you to
to see
town? Go for it.
We have a contact we're supposed to meet up with. Have you heard or interacted with a person that goes by Moon?
Oh, Moon? Old pals. Actually, I think we met around the time you left.
Interesting. Moon seems to be wrapped up in quite a few things across the continent, and as fate would have it, so have we. So we're supposed to meet with them here.
Well, I'll see what I can kind of feel out. They don't make a whole lot of public appearances that often.
Yes, they've been very secretive so far, but supposedly they should be able to find us, and I figure staying in one place is best for that.
Yeah. Well, in you go then. Welcome to the headquarters of Low.
Does that
Yeah.
stand for anything?
Liberators of Iman.
I see.
A bit of a grand dream, but we always do what we can for the people here. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. Have you overthrown the government in the time I've been gone?
You know, it's been on my agenda, but I've just been so busy with so many other things.
I hear you've been buying medical supplies.
Sickness sweeping through the outer walls. No real help, of course.
Any idea the cause?
Not that we've found quite yet, but we have been planning a little bit of a break-in to, a local library. Rumor has it there's a secret, room with all this information that maybe links back to these illnesses. And potentially the disappearances.
There's been disappearances?
Oh, you know how it goes. They don't care about us that are considered less desirable.
I suppose. I figured if any of the gangs we knew about were taking people, it wouldn't be mysterious, but
It's none of the gangs we know about.
that's concerning.
Are you concerned there's a new gang afoot, or are you concerned that it's from the government of the area?
Salon gives you a hard look. I know that some government officials are involved. I don't know if I would consider this a gang or a real government operation. I'm sure you've heard whispers or rumors about cults popping up all throughout the land. It's taken root here, and it's
Once or
not
twice.
great.
That's the business we've been getting wrapped up in.
Ah. So she's roped you all into it.
I'm gonna kind of trace the symbol on the ground. Do you recognize this? I saw it scrawled into some of the uptown shops. Is it related to the disappearances, do you think?
Oh. That. I'm putting it in general for y'all. Yes, there's been a few stores and nobles wearing it. I believe it's an indication of membership to this cult. Are we all... What cult do you speak of?
Fanatics trying to revive a long dead man, bring back the Second Age in some perverse manner.
It has a name. I'm not sure of it.
I'm putting the symbol on the map as well for people. Wow, hold on, I can't draw. Don't worry about it. Close enough. Sorry. You said Frigus?
This was in character, but also slightly out of character. If it has a name, I simply have forgotten if we were given a name. But in character,
You were given a name.
We were?
Damn
Oh,
it.
fuck.
Mhm.
I suck.
Would you like me to refresh?
Yeah, it's been a few days in character and like a month and a half out of character. Probably more than that out of character.
Sina Haddam.
Adam.
Yes. Okay. I remember the name now that you have. Yeah.
Cyanide hat.
I believe they go by Sina Haddam.
Ah, yes. Them. I think they're
there-
the ones taking our people.
Are there other problematic cults popping up?
There's always problematic cults somewhere, but the Sina Haddam have taken root in Amon.
That explains why we've been called here by Moon.
If you've been called, I'm worried to know what else they're planning. I'm sure you've heard of the organization that they are based off of.
We've heard a good bit.
Yes. I can maybe see why the cult may interest you, Solace.
Having broadly similar goals doesn't make any of their actions acceptable.
Oh, I don't believe that you consider any of their actions acceptable. Just that I can see why you took an interest in this job. Any news on Muffin here?
My travels have yielded very little in terms of discovering Muffin's origins, but Muffin does seem to be... I'm not sure if she's growing or simply recovering. The state I found her in originally was quite damaged, but regardless, Muffin seems to be hardier than before. Also, she can change size now.
Interesting.
Anywhere from a mouse to a bear, more or less.
Hmm. Well...
The reach of Sina Haddam is a bit broader than I think we would like to admit. We were up in Lirin-Gorn and found that they had taken root there as well.
Oh? Interesting.
We've dealt with them up north for now, but we got called here by Moon afterwards.
Hmm. Well, you'll probably need a bit more information. I've been in contact with her for a little bit now. We believe the disappearances of some of our local gang members and some of the homeless so that we are unable to reach and help is related to what they're working on. And as you know, the group before them was hell-bent on bringing back the Age of Arcanum. They did everything they could. I'm sure you've heard the stories of the defeat of Cyrus. And
heard
anyone
a
who
little-
wants to can make a history check.
Ooh, I will. I'm supposed to be smart, I think.
Same. I'll take it. Gib.
Gib.
Frigus and I are locked in.
Yeah, you are.
Mine's a nat 20 though, so you know.
We'll start with our 11 and 13. The name Cyrus is familiar. You know that there was a great battle that happened however many odd 100 years ago. You are aware that he dealt in nefarious deeds with the organization formerly called the Cerberus Assembly. And you are aware that after his defeat at what whispers you heard of a amazing adventuring party, the benediction followed shortly after. With our 26s here, you know that this is not common knowledge. There was a lot of transparency, but some of the horrors that happened were not shared in great boastful ways. You know that there were 4 adventurers who traveled around, and you know that it was Cyrus's son and these friends who murdered him before, well, not murdered, that makes it sound like it was a bad thing, but killed him before he could, vanquished him, yeah, before he could ascend to any sort of delusional godhood, become a dragon to wreak absolute terror all
This all
over
happened a continent
world.
over, so there's
and it
probably a
all
level
happened
of-
into continent over. You're not 100% sure how much of it is actually fact and how much of it is actual fiction. You know that after the benediction, that the entire world's kind of political landscape shifted. There was a destabilization in a sense of government next door, which had rippling effects here. You know, or you don't know if it's true, but you did hear rumors, whispers that human experimentation was something that they did quite often.
The city that we visited before, was that Craghammer?
Yes.
Okay. Luckily, I was actually paying attention during my history classes around this, so I know enough about Sinahadam and Cyrus and the Cerberus Assembly, though what anyone here can know who wasn't involved with them is going to be limited in its nature.
Considering Frigus's
We-
mom was involved with the cult, it actually makes so much sense that you do know a good amount about this.
Mhm.
Hmm.
That's fucked up.
We encountered them in Craghammer as well. They were performing some kind of ritualistic sacrifice. We were not able to save the kid. But we put a stop to whatever it is they were doing at the time. At least, we assume it was that.
I haven't heard whispers from Craghammer since. I did hear about that. I didn't know it was you. And Salon kind of like steps on a stool and ruffles Solace's hair. Look at you, doing such a good job, the little brother.
There's been quite a lot of adventure to be had. These three have kept me safe, so they're family as far as I'm concerned.
Well, for that I am grateful. I could not leave the city. My aspirations did not lie outside as far as Solace's did. I am grateful for his safety.
Calvin, you're such a shit. Sorry. So, any idea when Moon will reach out?
Oh, I'm sure she's a little busy right now. I'll see if I can contact them. I'll put out a little bit of feelers in that regard. But there is something that you could do for Moon before they get in contact with you.
You need help with the job?
Yes, I need help with the job.
Alright, what's the situation?
There's a library nearby that we've seen...
We want to get the info from it, right?
Yes, I've seen, or not myself, but a few scouts have seen some people go in and not come out. We believe there may be a secret room of sorts carrying more information about said cult. I would go myself, but with everything else happening in the Outer Wall, I'm not sure I'm able to spare myself there.
Well, we're more than happy to help out.
That would be wonderful. It's not too far from here. It's in the Temple District. That symbol, if it's mirrored, stacked on top of each other but flipped, that usually indicates, I believe, a space in which they are gathering where we can find information. I would hope that you could get in, grab whatever documents you can, and get out. Obviously, I don't know the extent of guards or people inside the room or what really is happening.
Well, I'm not exactly as discreet as you, but I will do my best.
I think a little... or, well, a big distraction may be welcome for the rest of your group. Unless you want to be right into the fight.
We'll head over and we can figure out what's what. At least gather some information before anything.
Scouting before going in?
not all of us can just climb through any window and hope for the best.
It's worked
for
thus
yourself.
far for me. You! I think I like you.
Nith's gonna just blush and smile kind of sheepishly. Does not know how to respond to that.
Be careful, she bites.
Hard.
Hey, yo.
Alright.
Well, I won't make you go tonight. Stay! Catch up with the group. Have a little bit of revelry before you have to go back into the fray of it all.
I'd like that. And I'm certain that everyone has missed my cooking quite a lot.
Oh, you have no idea. When Castor took over, he's abysmal. I keep trying to get someone else to do it, but he's determined to be just as good.
I wish him all the luck.
I think you should be wishing us the luck.
Yeah, his dyslexia makes figuring out spices a little bit difficult, if I remember correctly. And he doesn't really
Tablespoon.
double check.
Tablespoon versus teaspoon. If I have to eat another oversalted dish, I might scream.
I'm sure he's putting in plenty of love.
That I don't
And-
doubt.
Plenty
And
of love and plenty of salt.
yes. Well, we can't all be as gifted as Solace here. Well,
Okay.
yeah. You all take the evening. You, kinda rest and feast, and you meet the rest of the gang, the rest of Low. Yeah. Salon tells embarrassing stories of young Solace growing up. And there's lots of food and bread. Someone has stolen from a few of the bigger bakeries nearby. A few of the bigger grocers. No one local or anything like that. And you have a night of revelry.
I revel.
You revel.
I revel.
You revel.
Revel.
We level up 3 times.
No.
Yeah.
We get 1,000 gold.
2,000.
You do not.
55,000 gold. And a duck.
And a duck. You all lay down to rest for the night. Lyra, do you make me a perception check?
Of course. Tell me everything.
She perceives.
You. She perceives. You find it a little difficult to kind of rest with so much that has happened, and so many people and just a blur of the past few days. And you decide you need a bit of fresh air. There's a rooftop that you end up at. And once again, you see that mechanical dove just kind of sitting on the ledge of this roof. It looks like it has something in its beak.
And she approached the dove and offer a friendly hand so it doesn't perceive a threat and try to take whatever's in its beak.
You walk up to this little dove. You see it is beautiful. Gorgeous mechanical feathers. It looks like it's been refined over the years. A little yellow glow from inside. It hops up onto your hand and tilts her head ever so slightly and then drops the paper into your palm.
Lyra's gonna half smile and just, thank you, friend. And then gently put it back down where she picked it up from.
It gives a little warble and then is immediately off.
What does she have? Is it paper? Does she open it?
It looks to be a little envelope.
She's going to... Does it say anything on the front?
It does not. But it does have a little image on it. Of a little crescent moon. And a very small spider hanging from the moon.
Does she recognize this symbol?
Give me a history check. You do not.
Ooh, interesting. Okay. You said everybody else is asleep?
Yeah.
I'm gonna kind of mull it over for a minute. Nothing on the outside aside from the symbol? Like no
nothing. No marks.
Scent?
No. It is a cream envelope. It seems to be very fine paper, but otherwise nothing outside of the inked on symbol.
She's gonna open it.
Cool. Constitution. No, just joking. Saving throw. I'm kidding.
A gun points out from inside the paper.
Bruh.
You open this envelope. Inside is a small letter. Wouldn't even call it scrap of paper, really. On it, in neat cursive writing, it states, "Glad to see you have all made it safely to Amon. I will be in touch soon, but there are other matters I must attend to first. Keep your eye out." And it is signed Moon.
right. She tucks it in her pocket for when everybody wakes up, I guess. Doesn't feel like it's anything to wake everybody up over. So.
Mhm.
You said we're in the church district?
You're in the cemetery district.
I was gonna say I think Solace tries to sneak out in the middle of the night, but if Lyra's awake, I don't think I can sneak past Lyra.
I mean, if y'all want to try.
I mean, I think that we don't need to roll. I think that Solace does very quietly try to leave and just kind of Lyra's outside staring at him.
Lyra's just standing up against like the balcony as he tries to wiggle his big ass frame out the door quietly. She has like one elbow leaning on the railing and her hands are clasped and she goes, "What you doing, handsome?"
You're awake. I was gonna go visit someone. You could come if you'd like.
No, you seem to need your privacy. We did get a letter, however. Moon said welcome to Iman. He said he'd catch up with us later. He had things to attend to.
Okay. Sounds like we have
I'll
time
tell the
to-
others when they wake up.
Sounds like we have time to help Salon.
Don't get into too much trouble. Everybody's sleeping.
No, just a quick visit.
Be safe.
I think Solace is gonna head down the street. And I think he's gonna go visit a grave that he paid for a long time ago.
You walk between headstones after headstone. And you end up at the grave.
I think it's a very plain grave. Solace probably left some gold before he left town to make sure that somebody came by and made sure it was, in okay condition. But he paid for it at a time when he did not have very much money. He paid for it at a time when Salon was more or less covering most of his expenses, before he'd learned many of his magic, before he'd really found Muffin. And I think it's just a very plain little gravestone, kind of cracked in a few places, that just says Mika in small letters on the top. And I think Solace just quietly sits in front of the grave for about an hour before going back to the warehouse where they're all staying.
Roll me a religion check.
Nice.
You spend an hour
I think Solace.
sitting.
I think Solace sort of recounts his adventures with the others to the gravestone.
You sit and you recount everything. Solace, you are maybe not a very religious man. But you talk as if your dad is right beside you, listening, almost like he's asking questions back about things that you then add, remembering something that you forgot to say. You are not a very religious man. But by the end of the hour, you believe that maybe souls do kind of linger. And maybe your dad's has, as you get up and feel almost like a phantom touch on the top of your head, on your shoulder, cupping your face. And then it's gone.
I think Solace kind of just takes a little bit to recover and then picks himself up and heads back to the warehouse.
You arrive back to the warehouse. Lyra has gone back to attempting to rest. Maybe succeeding. And you enter to see Salon sitting on a little stool by a window.
You should really try to get more sleep.
So should you.
I couldn't come back to town without visiting Dad.
No.
The grave looked nice. Thank you for taking care of it.
Of course. You don't have to thank me for that.
It was one of the few things I was worried about when I left. Aside from the obvious stuff. Having you here to take care of it made it easier.
Anything you need. You know that.
I could say the same. I've only been gone a couple years and the city is already in chaos.
Well, guess that's what happens when you leave. I'm
Luckily,
joking.
I've found some good friends who can help clean it up.
I'm grateful.
I think Solace just smiles and I'm gonna head back to bed.
You go back to sleep. Your dreams are restful. Something that maybe you weren't expecting, something maybe you were expecting. Lots of emotions toiling around. It makes it hard to predict, really, your next move, your next feeling, what the day might bring. But you go to bed content, knowing that had been taken care of, that you have family not just here in Amon, but traveling with you now, and that whatever they've done to your city, you know you are able to clean it up. And I think that's where we're gonna end the session.
Yeah.
Okay.
She said, every session wraps with trauma.
Every session wraps with trauma.
You gotta.
I gotta. I would keep going, but I'm not feeling too hot right now. Yeah.
Ooh, yeah, okay.
So we will be back next week, if that works for everybody here.
Yeah.
And
I don't
then
know the
on
life.
and then on an alternating Friday.
Hell
If
yeah.
that works. Don't have to answer on stream, obviously. Yeah. Anybody want to say anything to chat?
Billy, bye.
Thanks for tuning
Sleep
in.
with one eye open.
Sleep with one eye.
Damn.
Have a good night. Thank you, pals, for being here. Maybe see you next week. If not, info in Discord.